Hearts are broken.
Hearts are broken.
Eyes all filled with tears.
Eyes filled up with
From words
tears.
unspoken.
From words unspoken.
Well, greetings, family. This is Pastor Ren, and it's an honor to be able to give you a motivational nugget on this Monday morning. I want to say this to you by way of a nugget. It's still going to happen. Come on, I need you to get that in your spirit. It's still going to happen. Abram, whose name was later changed to Abraham, the Bible records that God spoke to him, told him about the promise, told him about his future, that he was going to have a son. And for several years, there was no talk. For several years, nothing seemed to happen. And then all of a sudden, one day, the promise was fulfilled. There was silence. God said nothing to him. And then all of a sudden, he began to speak to him in another season. And then go ahead and tell him again, or recommit. Here it is, reconnect his faith with the promise. And he reminded him again of the promise that he spoke over his life several years ago. What are you saying, Pastor Ed? Although he went through a period where God was silent, he didn't hear anything else about the promise. Abraham stayed in faith. And as a result of going year after year without hearing from God, without hearing any kind of confirmation that it was going to take place, he allowed his faith to keep him there, and his faith kept him focused until the promise was a reality. What are you saying? For you and I, it's important to know that no matter what God said, no matter when he said it, and here is key, no matter what we've gone through since the promise was spoken over our lives, it is still going to happen, regardless of how it looks, regardless of the setbacks, regardless of who left you, regardless of where you have to start or start over. Remember, if he said it's going to happen. It may have been 5 years, 10 years. Pastor, it's been several years. I've lost count. Guess what? It's still going to happen. Stand firm on what he said in the midst of an ever-changing world and watch God fulfill his promise, because if he spoke it, he's big enough to bring it to pass. Stay in faith and stay focused on what he said, and it's going to happen. I love you, and I'm praying for you. And until next time, let's keep building the kingdom, one person at a time. Let's do it.
One more thing we need you to do.